Welcome back to Creative Eye and our trailer reactions. We have a trailer for you today for the upcoming Doctor Strange movie that will be out in about 5 days or so.
5
This
days.
is one of those 30-second teaser. 30-second teaser trailers, to kind of get you amped up for the upcoming movie, which we will be seeing on Friday.
Yes, I'm super excited.
Got our tickets already, and we cannot wait. So let's see. There have been a bunch of little short teaser 30-second trailers coming out.
Yeah.
We specifically decided not to do those specifically, but we decided to do this last one just because there's been so many.
So many, yeah.
And I know a lot of them have a little bit of new footage here and there, and we want to stay kind of
in the know,
a little more
universe?
surprised. With some stuff, and I think that's as far as what's coming, what's going to be in the movie, but you're just not going to get away from it unless you stay off the internet forever.
Right. Yeah.
So, but we're going to do this one, and it's probably one of the last ones they're going to show. Probably, maybe, who knows? They might keep showing them until the last minute. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they'll show more after the movie comes out. Like they basically always do, to get more people coming. But
amped up for it, yeah.
So let's get ready to watch it. All right. So let's see what they got for us on this one. And this is about 30 seconds, TV spot. Okay.
Right.
So let's go.
5 days.
You're wondering what happens now.
The Illuminati will see you, Stephen.
Oh!
Multiverse will change you forever.
We will see what kind of Doctor Strange you
Yummy.
Marvel Studios Doctor Strange. Rated PG-13. Seating premium large formats in IMAX. Only in theaters Friday.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, let's put it this way. There was a lot of speculations for certain things. Some things were kind of proven already, but nothing was shown specifically and without question type of thing.
Right.
So early on, I think it was one of the Doctor Strange posters that had came out, the one with the shards of glass and stuff like that around. And one of the things was, and one of the reflections was the shield that Captain Carter carries in the What If series that we've all watched of the animated version, and we was like, ooh. And then of course they came out with a trailer that gave you a bit of confirmation that by just the side of his head and his voice that Professor X was in it. And a bunch of other different rumors and stuff like that people thought was the case. But this one, you see the shield.
Yes, you see the shield.
Captain Carter's shield in real life, and from what I saw on one of the other teasers, they actually showed her.
Okay.
Then you have Professor X, and everyone was wondering if he was going to be in his X-Men animated series chair, or in the comics, the yellow floating chair, which it looks like that's the case. And so that's kind of based off the animated series. So it's yummy goodness. But yeah, that looks it's gonna be. It keeps coming out that they on different social media accounts and stuff like that that there's supposed to be like more surprises than Spider-Man No Way Home and Endgame put together.
I would not be surprised.
You know, I mean, it's hard to believe just because, I mean, they all had like a lot of good surprises, you know, and this one is, I think, I'm not sure how long the movie is, if it's just like about 2 hours, you know, and see what they can, I mean, they can only fit so many cameos, I'm sure, you know, but you never know, you never know what they can do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Everybody's somewhat, in the multiverse, it's, you know, doing something, a part of something. So I would not be surprised if.
Right. It opens up a door. It opens up the door for a lot of things that happen in the MCU. You know, so it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what they bring out of it.
Right.
You know, all the different variants, you know, of different characters and so forth, and what it means for the MCU moving forward, you know, because like it's come out, I think came out just a few days ago or something like that. There was a thing with Kevin Feige talking about how they're planning stuff out until 2032. You know, that's a long time, and it's like. You know, what's the end game? Well, no pun intended, but what's the end game for like the next, like, you know, major conclusion for this saga? You know, because Infinity War Endgame was like, you know, the end of that saga. How can you top that? What's next? What can they do? You know, there's so many things going on. You got, you know, villains coming in. You know, you have Kang. That was introduced in Loki, but will have more of a prominent role in, I think, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and then, you know, see if that's going to go throughout the MCU, like if there's going to, like, you know, like you remember, like with Thanos, you know, he was sprinkled throughout. Yeah. You know, that you knew that was what was coming, basically. And it built up to that. It was great. Yeah. Now, what's the new baddie for this saga?
What's the new timeline? That's it. There's many different timelines that's going on. So that's why it's endless and it's stretched out to 2032 because there's different timelines. As you could see in Loki, what happened the last episode. So it's different timelines. So whatever happened in Endgame,
well, that's the thing.
It's a timeline in itself.
That's the thing is I'm wondering how they're going to implement that throughout whatever their plans are moving forward, how that will be implemented into the MCU as far as like what's the plan. But I'm curious. I'm curious and wondering who's going to be like the next, like the major threat for them to, you know, possibly do another Avengers type movie or something like that, or, you know, when will they finally start to introduce, mutants into the mix as far as like X-Men? We already know Fantastic Four is coming. They're introducing already basically mutants because they have in Professor X and Doctor Strange. Right. So then you have Gore the God Butcher coming in, you know. I don't know if that's going to be a one-off, you know, but he was a formidable opponent in Thor. That's so I
say there's going to be many timelines as to what's next, what's unraveling, what's being revealed or anything. And I'm fairly new in the whole MCU. Okay. Right. So I'm kind of intrigued. Been intrigued for a very long time. Not as much as now than opposed to before, but more so now. It's very intriguing, the MCU.
Yeah, it looks like they're going more like cosmic in a way. You know, they're bringing out
I'm all
more
for that.
cosmic and more like magic and different things like that. You know, I am curious to see how they implement some of the Disney Plus shows into the MCU, because they're supposed to be part of the MCU. You know, we know like with Miss Marvel coming out with Kamala, that she'll be in the new Captain Marvel movie. It's called The Marvels.
Okay.
And we don't know about what's going to happen with Moon Knight. We don't know what's going to happen with, you know, Loki going forward. You know, I know that we know there's going to be a season 2, but how does that affect the multiverse and going forward with Kang, who is like, you know, supposed to be, you know, one of the, you know, next baddies. You know, we don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see.
You can have your theories.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, there's probably so many of you guys wondering what's going to happen in season 2 of Loki.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. Everybody can have their thoughts and their rumors.
Well,
and
that's the beauty of the MCU.
Yeah, it's having fun thinking what could be or what could happen.
Sometimes you guys get it right, and some of you guys are like, "What the?" You know,
like totally wrong. But you know, but this is gonna be. I'm excited for Doctor Strange. We have, because in the same week we got Doctor Strange, and we got
is there
Moon Knight.
one more episode of Moon Knight right before we get into Doctor Strange? Right, this week.
Yeah. A day before,
because Wednesday.
Because it's Wednesdays, right?
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
When we watch it,
and then Doctor Strange comes out that Thursday night or Thursday afternoon, and you know, so yeah, man, it's gonna be, and not only that is, you know, I'm curious. Like I said, I was curious about that because, you know, from what's being said, Moon Knight is a one-off. So is it a one-off where now he's going to be implemented in other ways into the MCU, or what? I mean, there's so many questions. So many.
I'm excited to see Doctor Strange. I haven't watched many trailers, maybe just some.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm trying to stay away. I'm trying to stay
away. I don't mind it because no matter what they do, it doesn't spoil the, like, for some people it will spoil, but for me, just because of the type of fan that I am, it doesn't spoil it. It doesn't spoil it for
guys,
me. You know,
you're not going to be spoiled.
I'm still going to be excited to see it, no matter what I know.
I don't want to spoil it because,
you know,
I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now I've been so, you know, I am a comic book reader, and it's been I've been fallen off, and I'm trying to get back into it to try to catch up on some stuff. But like I said, like recently today I was watching, because, you know, Thor Love and Thunder is the next movie, and I knew about Gore, but I didn't know like the story that much, right? So I was online, I was watching the motion comic, the Thor motion comic that talked about or dealt with Gore the God Butcher. If you get to check that out, if you're not a person that necessarily goes to the comic book store, which you should, you know, even if you get it digitally, go on to, you know, get, you know, Marvel Unlimited or the DC version of it, or there's even third party apps like Comixology, I think it's called, or something like that, that will have like everything. And you know, read your comics, get it digitally. You don't have to go, you know, necessarily just there, but, you know, just look up the source material, you know, and see what it was about, and you know, you get even more information, and then, you know, sometimes it makes the movie even more interesting. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know, so, but yeah, I was watching the motion comic early today, and it was like, and I haven't finished it yet, but it was like, I don't know, an hour and 30 minutes, because I think it spanned a few issues, and like, it's, you know, they had voice acting with it and sound effects and stuff. It's really cool, you know. And so I was watching that, and it's dealing with Gore the God Butcher, and, you know, the story behind that. So it was kind of interesting and to check out and see Thor in in a different light too. It's like, whoa, you know. So, but can't wait. Let us know what you think about the 30-second trailer. Are you ready and are you interested in seeing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Did you get your tickets? Are you going this week? Are you going to wait? What you going to do? Or are you just going to go see it when you can? What's the deal? Let us know what it is. We're going this Friday. I think we're getting like an early show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And enjoy it in all its cinematic greatness. And we can't wait.
Yes.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And talk to you on the next one. Peace.
We will see what kind of Doctor Strange you are.